Well, according to this, we're live, and I'm not seeing anything yet on the YouTube channel, so we'll see if it pops up. And if it pops up, then we'll know we're live. I'm experimenting with Streamlabs, which I haven't used in nearly a year. And nothing is coming up. Doesn't look like it. Live, let's see. Well, there it is. There it is. Oh, and look at this. Look at this. The lovers are here. Glory. You guys are amazing. Let's see if I can get you up here to be able to read. Sandra Cran. Ashley Slight. Honestly. You're just hanging around looking for something to do. And it's fine. Let me get your wrench there, my dear. Jose Cota. Jose. Hey, Jose. You give you a wrench. Old-fashioned whiskey. No sound. That's interesting. I don't know what I can do about that. Sound. According to this, I've got sound. Gee. Turn up, huh? Well, I could do that. I just turn it off. Oh, how to get, let's try this. Oh, that's interesting. Testing, testing. Did that do it? Are we there now? I can hear my echo. Still nothing, huh? Mic seems to, well, it is. Let's try that. Is that better? Mic check, 1, 2. Hello, hello. I'm hearing myself. Let's see. Name filters properties. Performance, undo, unmute, redo. Ashley says she hears me. Can anyone? That's better. Okay, good. All right. So now I've got my speakers cranked way up. Let me turn them down so I'm not echoing. All right, Keisto, Witherbone. Ziggy Squatch. Slightly better. He's old. Yeah, I'm old. That's what it is. I'm old. Old and dumb. I don't know how to do stuff. Is that better? Let's see if I can get it up tight. I'll get right into it. How's that? Let me get my get organized here a little bit. Hi, Victor. How are you? Nice to see you. Let's see, how many will it tell us? Yeah, we got 53 folks in here. My word. My word. It must be a boring evening to come on all of a sudden just out of a lark and have 50 people pop in the first 2 minutes. Volume is low. I might be able to crank it up. Let me try. I don't know. If I can turn it off. Let's see if I can get it up. Get it up, get it up. Get it up. I don't know how to turn the volume up. Happy Monday. Oh, it is Monday, isn't it? Lordy, lordy. Testing, testing. That's about as loud as I can get it, I think. Mic sensitivity. Yeah, but I don't know how to play with it. Whoa. That's interesting. How's that? Is that better? Ooh. Oh boy. Be making it out of Monday. Whoa. I have never had feedback on this microphone by fiddling with the needles, but I'm getting it now. Wow. Is that better? Hit the couch real quick. Snake Eyes says it's working. Let's get Snake Eyes a wrench here. Mercy. Goodyear says just at home for work. Checked in on my tank. How's the tank doing? You know, one of the problems with this is I don't know how to bring anybody up on it. This is StreamYard. I'm normally on whatever the other one is, DuckDuckGo or something. And that one's a lot easier. It's simpler, it's not nearly as sophisticated, but it's a lot easier to manage. I'm getting feedback on my mic, so I just turned it down a bit. All right, well, let's see now. Well, here we go. Austria, Christian X from Austria. Nice to see you. Yeah, it's not too late there. What time is it? Yeah, midnight. Too late. Just heard a Discord. Can you shout it out? Yes! Luke just started a Discord. Good job, Luke. Invite X99437JY. Luke's new Discord. I'm doing pretty well. I think I'm doing really well, but I'm not sure about that. I know I'm doing pretty well. The natural way, Discord. Amen to that. Oh, you're called the natural way. Cool. Very cool. Some of you hearing this, Neil is not hearing me. Is anybody else hearing me? Move my mic closer. I can eat it. Can I eat it? Let me see if I can eat it. That's as close as I can get. Is that better? Can't hear either. Cleared up this evening. Tank did. Lloyd's tank. I don't know. We had. Is that better? I don't know. Whoa. Jenny says I'm always well. Mostly I am. Open Pepsi can hear me, and Jenny can hear me. Well, if Jenny can hear me, that's all I really care about. Open Pepsi can. Let's get you a wrench. God, I can't reach this far. Let me get in tight. Let's see if I can get right up on it without scrunching myself. There, how's that? I'm right up on it. Don't do it. Don't do what? Sounds like a Club JJ. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Well, come on, folks. We're coming right in. Come on in. Come on in. Having a good time here. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, let me show you my shirt. Jenny sent me this. You ready? Hold on. I got to turn around so you see the back. I got to get up to do it. And I won't see myself doing it, so I don't know if it'll show. Oh, well. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. Where's the camera? All right, sort of. There. And they are available. If we can figure out how to get them on. I'm trying to get them on my shop. I don't know if I can get them on my shop. Add moderator. We do that, we do that, and we do that. And then we got crick cannolis, and we do that, and we do that, and we do that. And then we got, who else? Silver Creek is here. Angle Kimmy can hear me. All right. Let those who have ears to hear. I know. Ada Miller, I got it. Have you got it? Yes, you do. Dale Dolphine. Dale Dolphine. I got 9 tanks in various stages, 2 more ready. Just picked up a saltwater setup last night. Always got time for a father life stream. I just bought saltwater fish today. I got a list from one of my plant suppliers. They're doing saltwater fish. So I went through it and I selected, half a dozen little guys that I'm going to put in the saltwater tank. It's really the brackish water tank. And I got to cleaning it this evening, and it looks terrible, but there it is. Like I said, it looks terrible, but it'll look better. It'll look better. I got the filter working, and it's clearing up. I got it. The only thing I have to do is I have to get the stone crab out of it, because he'll have at everything right there. Ooh. Get rid of that. All right. On the mic. Eat the mic. Eat the mic. Eat the mic. All right. He says Craig. Hi, Craig. Hi, Craig's Catfish Cave. Nice to see you. Snake Eyes. Thank you, Snake Eyes. Moonshine. Infinity. Saltwater's hard. Nah. Saltwater is not hard. You just have to lower your expectations. This is humming too much. Let's see if I can get rid of the hum. That's better, is it? Is that better? That's better. That's better. Now up with this, up with one and down with the other. What's that give us? Something. Got blue light on my face. I don't know if I can do anything about that. How do I get rid of the link? There is a way to do that. It's a button somewhere. That ain't it. Where's the button? Button. Who's got the button? Is that it? Yeah, that's it. That's better. Just one. I can't do none, I think. 1, 2, 2, 4. 1. Okay. So we'll do one light. One blue light. Standard moderator. Somebody's getting a wrench. No more Monday chats for you, says Jenny. Infinity. My dad had the saltwater tank. All the fish died. Well, they have a way of doing that. It's easy to screw it up. But I'm here to tell you it is just as easy to do it right. And the way you do it right is the way you do a deep substrate freshwater tank. The difference is you do not use dirt. You use just sand. Now, if you are fortunate enough to live near the ocean, any ocean will do. Any place in any ocean will do, so long as you can get to the bottom. I mean, if it's a mile under you, tough luck. You're not going to make it. But if it's a matter of inches to feet below you, you're in luck and you're going to make it happen. You simply collect enough sand from in the water to create a 3 to 5 inch sand layer in your tank. If it's a bigger tank, 5 inches. A little tiny tank, like a 10-gallon, 3 inches. And that's it. You don't do anything else. If you can collect rock or other hardscape like shell base, or if you're fortunate enough to live in a climate that has fossilized coral, some of that kind of rock, and put that in there, that helps to create a much better biomass. So you need some hardscape. You need as much hardscape, frankly, as you can get. If you fill it up, it's not too much. So, and then the water. The best water is natural seawater. If you are fortunate enough to be able to collect natural seawater in 5-gallon buckets, use that to fill your tank. Now, you can't top off with it. If you get evaporation, you top off with fresh water. The purist would have you top off with RO water. And I am not averse to that if you have an RO system. If you do not, then tap off with hard water. All it's going to do is make the water a little harder. But if all you're doing is topping off, it's not going to be significant. What you do not do is change water. You do not do water changes in this type saltwater tank. In other types, you may be required to. When I say don't change your water, I'm not saying don't change your water. I'm saying don't change your water. It's important to understand the difference. And the difference is this. If you have a deep substrate system and it's got 3 to 5 inches of substrate, and you've got lots of plants or other nitrate absorbing micro or macro algae or other kinds of plants, then you do not change the water. And the reason you don't is because it's wholly unnecessary. It doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, it probably hurts more than it helps. So for the kind of tank we're talking about, you don't need to keep going out to the ocean and getting 5 gallons of water every week. You don't need to do that. You get it one time and you're done. One and done. If your tank is getting kind of sludgy and you want to pull some of that out, the best way to do it is to siphon it out into a bucket and let it sit. Everything will precipitate to the bottom. You can draw off water down to like 3/4 of the way down, and it'll be perfectly good water. You can reuse it without getting all the sludge back in. Corals. Jay wants corals. I know. I want corals too. 8-ball. Are there any differences to care or plant species for those in NA? NA. Where is NA? NA. I don't know where NA is. Somebody tell me where NA is. If I get a starfish, if I get a saltwater tank, I'm getting a starfish. Starfish are cool. They eat a lot of things that you may not want them to eat. They're pretty aggressive at the food game. Try to get, what's it called? The little spider star, the brittle star. Try to get brittle stars. They're not nearly as bad. North America. Thank you. Oh, so weird. Are there any differences to care plant species for those? Different than what, 8-ball? Different than South America? I mean, different than Florida? Different than Maryland? Different than what? Any differences? No. I would say no. No. The answer is no. You need not worry about that. You see, that's just one more thing to worry about. Now, 8-ball, you got to get, you got yourself right where you say you are. And you got to get away from there because it's not good to be there. You don't want to be there. You want to be free and happy. You want to be able to look at that tank as you're whizzing out the door and know it's taking care of itself without any interference on your part. So, did we cover the saltwater thing? My personal favorite aquarium plant got to be the Madagascar lace. Got to be. I mean, just for sheer delight, the Madagascar. 30-gallon salt with inverts, no fish, doable. Absolutely. Um, yeah, invert tank is cool. You want to get as much microalgae and macro, I should say macroalgae. It's hard to get in my climate. I've not been able, I've got some, but it's kind of yucky. I'm trying to get some nicer macroalgae. In Florida, there are a lot of nice macroalgae. I haven't done so well here, but I'm working on it. I got a boat to be able to get it. I'm going to get out in the boat within the next month. I will be in the boat. It may drift off the edge of the earth, but I'm going to be in the boat. Infinity, bye. Nice to be with you. Drifter's Workshop, can I put a sump on it? Absolutely. Would a jellyfish do well in a tank? No. A jellyfish, number one, it'll kill everything. Number two, it'll get all tangled up. So jellyfish are very difficult to keep in a tank. I have kept what's the killer one with the big cap on it? Somebody say it. I can't remember. I've caught them on the beach in Florida, little ones, and kept them in a very, very deep tank, like a 4-foot deep tank, and kept guards around the side because they have a tendency to want to stick to the side. And you can keep them alive, sort of, but they're hardly worth the trouble. There are other kinds of jellies you can keep that don't have the long strands, the stingers, that are a little easier to keep. Let's see, Linda's Fame. Yeah, me too, Linda's Fame, me too. What was that? Linda's Fame. Add moderator. Standard moderator. Save moderator. Kenny Gregory. Got a retail catfish in 75. Oh, red tail. 18 inches. Whoa. When should I get a bigger tank and how? Huh. I had a friend who kept a colony of them. He had 4 that were each 2 to 3 foot long. He had them in a 300-gallon pool. I think those pools ran about $300. It was about 2 foot tall. And that worked out pretty well. Portuguese man o' war. Thank you, Jake. Yes, I have kept man o' war. Little ones, little tiny ones. But they have long streamers on them, like a foot, 2 foot long. Little box jellyfish are cute. Yeah, the ones from Australia are cute. They're all cute. Some are deadly cute. There are little box jellyfish in our climate. I've caught them in Florida, and they're not poisonous. I don't think, unless they poisoned me and I was T-shirts and hoodies. Yes. Is it working? Is it working? Is it working? Let's see. Oh, it's working. Shop all. Oh, it's working. Oh, wonderful. Jenny's got her, who's it, what's up? Let's see, can I do it? You know what? I can do it. I know how to do it. Oh, featherfish right side, there it is, right there. How about that? I learned how to do something before we came clicking on buttons. Yeah, a lot of nice stuff there. This shirt came from there, this hoodie. First tank, like and what started your passion? My first tank was a jar, resurrection jar. That's right. When I was probably 4 years old, I went out to the creek and I saw stuff in the creek and there was a jar there and I grabbed the jar and I filled it with water and I put stuff in it. That was my first resurrection jar, 4 years old. Grant Fitzgerald from Perth, Australia. Hello, hello. Happy to be with you. Nice to be here. Cornwall is here. All right, Cornwall. Nice. Becoming a technical wizard? I don't think so. You know who was on last night, and I didn't get a chance to say hello. Lee was on, and I saw his comment blow by, and I didn't want to interrupt my guest, and was kind of tied up with him, but I so enjoyed seeing Lee. Maybe he'll stop in tonight. I don't know, but it was fun just to see him there. Captain John is here. Hey, Captain John. Captain John is one of our stalwarts in the shoal. He and a group of other folks just hold that whole thing together, and it's really rather amazing. I got in trouble today. I took a look at the book that was being edited, and unfortunately I looked at it as it was being edited, and I wound up wiping out about an hour's work from one of our technicians, whose name shall go unspoken at the moment. She was very controlled about it and let me know that it will not happen again, will it? No, it won't. Absolutely. I won't do that again. I went to look at it without knowing what I was doing, and I hit something and it clicked on something else, and I cleared it, and there it all went. So I don't go back. When it's done, when they're ready for me to look at it, then I'll look at it. In the meantime, I'm not going to take the risk of blowing somebody's work for the day by ordering a stem plant soon to Pennsylvania, Linda's Farm. Yeah, it will do well. We have had no problem being able to ship all winter long. It's been really amazing. Our ID Sharks communal. Don't know what an ID shark is. Naughty father fish. Naughty father fish. Can't wait for the next video. Yeah, me too. That's kind of why I'm here, because I'm trying to come up with a video. I haven't made a video in over a week. Now, that was deliberate. I decided to do that. I decided to take a break, take a breath, and try to kind of get myself in another gear and start producing something different, and it ain't really coming yet. So, I don't know. I'm working on it. I'm not making a lot of headway. Jenny! Dofol, hello Dofol, Diofol, Diofol, Dofol, whatever. Who is this? Wolf Meowit from New Zealand. Needed a substrate way of life for tanks. Sounds really good because I've been growing plants in gravel. Gonna change this now as I have watched your videos. Well, just for that, we're gonna give you a wrench, and we would have given it to you anyway, but it's nice to give it to you just for that. Bev Smith, nobody told me this aquarium keeping would be so addictive. I've set up my third tank over the weekend. There is always room for one more tank. One more tank. We got a moderator coming up here. That is Bev, Hannah. Setting up tank this week. Good job, Hannah. What else? Hannah, Carrie, did Carrie get a wrench? Carrie did not get a wrench. Carrie does a wrench. And give you these wrenches out. They don't always pop up very quickly. I guess it's got to do with YouTube's bandwidth or something. Maurice Bass. I've got a 510, just started at 20, all FF style. My 20-minute setup, 9 days, loads of ammonia. Anything I can do to speed up the process, add more plants. If you put plants in, the ammonia will disappear in a matter of an hour. You need to load it up with plants from the first minute you set it up. Load it up with plants day one, and you will never have an ammonia problem. Ammonia is nutrition for plants. It is literally food. It is not something that is toxic or a poison. It is food. Now, here's the thing you got to understand, and you got to understand this. You cannot have animals without plants on planet Earth. It is impossible. You cannot have plants without animals on Earth. It is impossible. Plants and animals absolutely require the presence of one another for their very survival. That is no less true in your fish tank than anywhere else on the earth. Anyone who says you cannot put nature in a fish tank is frankly a twit, because they do not even begin to understand what nature is. Nature is everything that is alive. That is what nature is. It's more than that, to be sure, but it is everything that is alive. If you have anything alive in your aquarium, you have nature in your aquarium. Is that simple? That's simple. That's very clear. It's also absolutely true. In order for whatever you put in that tank to survive, if it's a fish, you absolutely are required to have some kind of green growing material in that tank, something capable of doing photosynthesis, because that is where the waste goes. The waste goes into the plant as nutrient for the plant, and the plant goes into the fish as nutrient for the fish. Not all fish eat plants. Some fish eat other fish that eat plants. Or some microfauna and macrofauna eat plants. Dead plants, plants when they die, plants when they become waste. I'm not talking about gobbling up plants like lettuce. I'm talking about what happens to the leaves of plants when they die. And the leaves of plants die. That is their nature to do so. Any plant whose leaves do not die is not a living plant. Leaves of plants grow, they have a lifespan. They grow, they thrive, they do their job, they wear out, and they die. And new leaves take their place. That's the nature of leaves. When those leaves die, they deteriorate because lots of little things chew on them. They break them down tinier and tinier and tinier and tinier by all of the other little animals living in there. And eventually they break down so tiny by the bacteria and the archaea that what is left, the remnants of all that, the minerals left, are taken up by the plant. So it's all part of the same process. If you have ammonia in your tank, I guarantee you, you do not have plants in your tank, or at the very least, not enough. Fill it up with plants. Fill it. At least 50% of the tank should be plants. Fill it up with plants. You won't have the problem. I bought a bunch of stuff Saturday. It should be shipped by Tuesday, unless it's something oddball, which we've got most everything in right now. So if we get too busy and can't get it all out, it'll go out Wednesday, but certainly by Wednesday, Monday or Tuesday. The stem plants come in Tuesday. They go out same day, unless there are other things with them that we can't get to, and then we do that on Wednesday. Orders that come in Tuesday and Wednesday get shipped Thursday and Friday. Thursday gets shipped Friday. Friday usually does not get shipped until the following Monday, Tuesday. Like that. New Zealand, Hannah. Hello, Hannah. Let's see what else. Moving right along here. Oh dear. We got stuck in this down arrow thing again. natural saltwater tank. I showed it a little bit this evening. I cleaned it out a bit. I ordered some saltwater fish today, full that I am, and I'm going to put them in the brackish water tank. Now I've done that before and with moderate success. I can't say it was a smashing success. It wasn't, but I'm going to try it again. I got a clown and I got a Watchman goby. I got some simple soft corals, just two. What else did I get? I got some inverts. I got not peppermint shrimp, the other one, the red striped shrimp. Can't remember what it's called. Won't come to me. A few other things, not much. But we're going to stick them in there and see how they do. Started first saltwater tank today. Get as much live culture in there as you possibly can and make sure the substrate is an absolute minimum of 3 inches. No less than 3 inches of sand. Just sand. That's all you need to put in it. If you want to put crushed coral in it, that's fine. You can do that too. Either will do. Sand is preferable. Yes, Bev Smith bought a crayfish and it destroyed your tank. That's right. That's what they do. Can't keep crayfish in a planted tank. What else? Matt Moorhart. Let me give Matt a wrench here. Okay. I think I got this thing working. Francisca, fake plants for so long because I'm bad with plants. Keep them alive, but after I did substrate, I realized how easy it is. All the plants are thriving. Now, we have turned the corner on plastic plants. We have banned plastic plants. Banned them totally. Anybody who has plastic plants in a tank has a death wish because it's wholly unnecessary. Plants are so easy to keep. All you have to do is put an inch of dirt and 2 inches of sand in your tank before you set it up, fill it with water, stick some plants in it, and put a bubbler on it. Put a sponge filter or anything. Put a couple of fish in it the next day and you're on your way. It's simple. It is astoundingly simple. Don't try to make it complicated. Don't play with it until you've nailed it. Once you have nailed it and can do it in your sleep, by golly, play with it all you want. That's part of what I'm doing now. I'm playing with it. I'm going to try some things I haven't done before. I'm going to try using a much finer powder sand, thinner, in order to try to get carpeting plant growing. I think it'll work. We'll try. Hey, Fem, thank you so much. Anybody who thinks I'm amazing is clearly amazing. Clearly. You're just projecting. Oh my. Northland. Hannah is from Northland. Wrench for Fane incoming. You got it. Joe Zabo, your vet on antibacterial cream for betta fungus worked awesome. Isn't that amazing? You want to treat your fish with meds? Go to your medicine cabinet. Get a tube of ointment, antibacterial ointment. Put it on injuries, put it on fungus, put it on bacterial infections, any wound. Put a dab of it on there. Enough of it will stay on to kill the bacteria. It will solve the problem. No sweat, no stress. Doesn't cost you more than 2 cents. 2 cents. A nickel, maybe. Then, did I give you a wrench? I did. Did jellyfish need a round tank? Yeah, kind of. But they need a deep tank. And they need current if you're going to do that with nothing else in the tank. It's got to be a bare tank with slow current, not fast current, very slow current. And the current cannot be the kind of current that allows them to get tangled up. It's complicated. You have to have baffles and buffers and things that go bump in the night to be able to keep these jellyfish. Most aquariums have jellyfish displays. Call them up and talk to them. Ask them how they do it. They'll be happy to explain it to you. And the $100,000 it costs them to do it. Now, you can do it for a lot less, but you got to be clever. So be clever and do it. Yeah, circular motion, kind of, but very slow. Very slow. You don't want it whipping around. Very slow. Dooby-doo, Jenny. Problem with plants at the beginning, it was not patient, leaves died, and I discarded until Father Fish said. Here's the thing. When you put plants in your tank, particularly stem plants, the first thing they're going to do, if they are stressed even a little bit, is drop their leaves. Because the leaf is taking energy away from the plant. And the plant needs that energy, whatever it's got, to be able to grow roots. So it'll drop its leaves. Not all do, but when they do, that's what it is doing. It will grow roots. Once it gets its roots established, then nutrients begin to come up into the stem and new leaves will grow. Let the plant do its thing. Don't be discarding a perfectly healthy plant because it dropped its leaves. There's nothing wrong with a plant that's dropped its leaves. Now, if the stem is rotted and the root is rotted, it's dead. If the stem is rotted and the root is firm and hard, plant the root. It will develop enough cilia to be able to take in nutrients, and it'll begin sending those nutrients up and to create a brand new stem. Let plants be plants. Don't treat them like they're, I don't know what, something dead. It's very difficult to kill a plant. They have survival skills, and they're quite good at surviving. Give them a chance. Let them do their thing before you do your thing. If your thing is throw them in the trash, give them a chance. If they look like they're all melted, throw them in a tank. See if the roots are solid, stick them down in the sand. Give them a chance. They will undoubtedly grow. Forest, hard water, love hard water. Anyone who thinks I'm amazing is obviously amazing. They're protecting. That's right. Gonto figured it out. It's true. Can I use Neosporin on a guppy to treat FINRA? Absolutely. Absolutely. That is precisely what you should use because you need to get rid of the bacteria. And what better to get rid of bacteria than a bacterial salve that attaches itself to the animal. Now, it's going to be a profoundly thin layer. If you put a lump on it, it'll fall off, but there will remain a thin layer, a thin coating of that Neosporin or whatever it is, and it's going to do its job. If you need to treat it again, treat it again. You probably won't. My experience is you won't. If you do, do. It will work. Guaranteed it will work. Can you talk about keeping scuds? My microphone's upside down. Now that's the screwiest thing I ever heard. How can my now? Oh, is it back? It's not, what is it? Upside down. I don't know what that means. Do I talk? Oh, it's here. That's where it is. It's right there. It is sort of upside down. It's not upside down so much as it's sideways. So the microphone's in the side of it. Oh, isn't that interesting? No, it's humming. There, it got rid of the humming. How's that? Is that better? Oh my, I can talk very low. I'm even hearing myself now. Let's see. Doo-be-doo, be-doo-be-doo. Thank you, Philip Slattery. Oh, we just learned something about the mic, didn't we? Somebody said it was upside down. It was sideways. Look at this. All right. Can you hear me now? I don't even know how to do this. How do I do this? There, it's back on. Testing, testing. So I had to talk in the side of it. I didn't know that. I thought that, I don't know why it's flat on the top. There's absolutely nothing to designate a microphone on the top. But there's all this grill work on the side. So you talk in the side of it. Who knew? There, it's up a little higher. I got to get closer to my mouse though so I can, oh, this is so difficult. I'm getting situated here. And now my camera is up in the air. Well, that's a little better. Incidentally, you're in my house. I have a few fish tanks. That's a light that we need to turn it off, I guess. Is that no, we need it on? Oh, well, it's providing necessary ambient light. Look at that. So I guess what do we do with it? I can't pull it up. I'm just going to leave it there. I don't know what to do with it. I can't get rid of it. Can't hide it. Can't go away. Light. There. Is that better? Sort of. There. Ah. Now it's doing nothing. How's that? Is that better? I don't think it's better. There's about where it needs to be, somewhere along there. This is ridiculous. The problem is the wires are all tangled up in all the wires. My wires are always tangled. Always. It's the nature of wire in my house for it to be tangled. What is going on now? I don't know if that's better or not. Probably, well, we're going to leave it. At least it's not in the screen. Now the mic is, but so what? Can't have it all. Das Kronk. Das Kronk. What advice can you give for someone new to the hobby? I'm concerned about the quality of life for the fish and keeping them alive. Currently I have my substrate and sand downward plants. Put a few fish in the tank. Put a few fish in the tank. Don't know anything about what size your tank is, but put a few fish in the tank immediately. If not, before immediately. And by a few, I mean no more than half a dozen little fish. I don't know what size tank you got. Your tanks need some cleaning. That I just did that. That's why they look the way they do. I just went through it. I don't do a lot of cleaning though. Like for example, let me show you my 20-year-old tank here. Okay, I pulled out a bunch of plants and I've got this mulch. Now the mulch is going to gradually get kicked back into the plants, but I don't do a lot of cleaning. Did you see the white spots on him? Where to go? Those are a parasite that has been on him now for 8 months, and nobody else. And I know I need to get him out of there, or I'm going to wind up with white spot parasites on something else. But so far, not. That is A golden top minnow. A golden top minnow, right. What else is in here? Some little rainbows. Some cardinals. More cardinals. I put shrimp in here, but I don't ever see them. A pistogramma hiding down in there. What else? So you can see this is not by any stretch a clean tank. It's got a deep layer of mulm in it. And I frankly prefer it because it harbors microfauna and some macrofauna which keep the fish going. It's constant food source. Have I ever kept saltwater tanks? Yes, I have lots of them. I've got one little one going right now. We're going to do more. I'm going to do a large saltwater tank in my warehouse, in my whatever that room is that I'm putting together. I don't know what size yet, but it'll be at least a 55. Have to turn the volume up and down, says 2 foot. Oh, it's me, I'm sure. I don't know how to do this. There, right there. That's it, isn't it? That's it. Talking in the side of it. Ha 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 ha. Put the ear trumpet back in the drawer. Well, all right. Oh, das Krank. Have a 5-gallon wooden cardinal tetra. Yeah, do well anything. Shrimp are okay. Snails are okay. Yeah, do it right away. Put a few in right away. It's a 5-gallon tank. Put 2 or 3 right away, instantly. The one real green man feeds the world in the movie. I have a jar of water I just started. Well, good man. Put something in it. Maybe you got something in it. I don't know. A jar of water. That might be a resurrection jar. It might be. Oh, just Ellen. Hello, Ellen. Cornwall is saying, put the air drum back. We did that, right. Okay, so that's interesting about the mic, isn't it? Right on top of it. Huh. Now, I've got the lapel mic I've been using. This is actually a better mic, though, if I use it properly. Didn't know how to use it. I'm glad I did this tonight. I've learned so many things I didn't know. It's wonderful, and you have taught me. You've taught me everything. It's astounding, amazing, brilliant, utter genius. My word, what a community we have created here. Oh, isn't it ever? I'm too quiet. Am I quiet now? Is this better? I got too quiet. Oh, never mind, she says. It's good, she says. Was me, she says. All right, she says. What else? Just look in my resurrection jar, and I saw more than 10 clusters of pond snail eggs. Don't be afraid of pond snails. Pond snails are great cleaners. I'll tell you another one is the MTS. Don't be afraid of MTS. They're really a wonderful snail. Pond snails, if you have a heavily planted tank, they are not going to eat the live plants. They will eat plants when they die. If you have a leaf that's dying, they're going to consume it. If you don't have very much in there and they're starving, then yeah, they might start chewing on some live leaf. But so long as there's a wealth of material in the tank, they're not going to eat live leaves. Will the animals keep the breeding in check themselves? Or do I have to interview? You know, that's a really, really good question. They will achieve maximum density. They will be able to. The young will be able to thrive so long as there are adequate resources and inadequate predation. If predation is down and nutrition is up, babies will thrive. When they stop thriving, it's because there are too many predators and not enough nutrients. And there's a third element, and that is secure places for them to be, hiding places, if you will. Hardscape or plant material that they can get down into. For example, if you're going to grow shrimp, you need to have moss, because the shrimp will get into the moss and fish won't be able to get in there and catch them. They'll be able to avoid predation. So you need that as well. So it's three things. It's adequate nutrients, it's a reduced predator population, and adequate places for them to be secure. You do not need that microphone. I do not need one when I do my chat room, says Just Talent. Well, it's what I have, and it was given to me as the best microphone I could possibly have by somebody who told me he knew what microphones were all about. So I use it because I choose to believe him. And it's a good microphone. I mean, it's working right now, isn't it? I can hear myself. Love my bladder snails, pea puffers, enjoy them more. You betcha. You betcha. What else? I don't even know what time it is. It's 8 o'clock. We started this. I think around 7. We've been gone for about an hour. I'm going to let her rip. Got my first father fish tank up and running. Planted a bunch. Still waiting for the stem plants to root. Shall I use root tabs to help them get started? If you put root tabs in, it will prevent the roots from growing. Understand this. Fertilizer provides nutrients to a plant on the cheap. It reduces the plant's need to develop its feeding capacity. It's like hand feeding something. If you're hand feeding it all the time, it will not learn how to feed for itself. If you provide fertilizer for plants on anything like a regular basis, those plants cannot grow naturally. They will not develop the root system that they need to find and take in nutrients. They will not develop the strength of stem that they need to be able to support leaf structure. Everything will go to leaf, basically. You'll get a lot of leaf, you'll get a lot of growth, but you won't get a healthy plant. You'll get essentially, it's not a sick plant. It is a plant with a disability. It's a plant that is incapable of providing for itself and needs you to continue to provide for it. Now, that doesn't happen one time with one feeding. It happens routinely over a period of time. So if you're used to dosing fertilizer on a regular basis, you will not have plants that are able to sustain themselves without that continuous support that you're providing. Right. Okay. I'm going to go. George are stunted for root tabs. They probably are. They probably are. Root tabs are not your friend. Dirt is your friend. Soil is your friend. Father fish, nutrients, the supplements are your friend. There's no fertilizer in that, or very little if there's any. I try not to put fertilizer in it. I try to put basic minerals in it, like iron and magnesium and potassium, all of those, calcium, all of those kinds of things. Iron, did I say iron? Iron, right. All right, my dears, we're gonna be done with this right about now. Microdosing key trace elements. If you know, in fact, okay, here we go. Potassium or iron, neither of which are necessary. The one that is necessary is magnesium. Magnesium is critical to plant growth, but it does not last long. So what you do is you provide it in natural form. Do you know what its natural form is? Nope, not banana peels. Spinach or other green leafy vegetable like mustard greens and spinach and kale. Those kinds of things are loaded with magnesium. Now, I put magnesium in the substrate. I put it in the form of Epsom salts. But it breaks down. It gets used up very quickly. Doesn't last real long. It'll last longer in the substrate, but even so, the plants are going to absorb it pretty quickly. So you want to be putting. That's what leaves are all about. That's a big part of it. The leaves that you put in have magnesium in it. You can add to that by feeding your shrimp and some of your other fish and your inverts like snails, feeding them green leafy vegetables. Brian, oh glory to God, amen, Brian. Give you a wrench. Debbie do. All right. Ryan Oaks just turned it. Let's see. Let me show this off again. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it sitting in the chair. Oh, there. Look at that. Is that cool or what? That's from Jenny. Jenny put the link up earlier. Do it again, please. So you can get your very own plant fish hugger. Your very own fish hugger hoodie. Hi, Henry. Let me give Henry a wrench here. All right. Alan is having a good work week. Bravo. In nature, doesn't clay come before the sand? In nature, not necessarily before. Generally comes after. Generally, it's below the sand. Clay is the residue, the residue, the final residue, if you will, of organic material breaking down into its mineral components. It is literally solid minerals. When you run into a strata of clay, that's all mineral. It's absolutely perfect in a fish tank. What you want to do, though, is turn it into a slurry and mix it in with your soil. That makes it accessible to your plants. Plants cannot penetrate clay. It's too dense. They'll grow around the outside of it. But if you will make a slurry out of it, any of you who have ever worked with clay know about slip. That's what slip is. It is clay turned into a liquid, or a thick, like a soup, like a thick liquid, like a stew almost, a thick liquid. And mix that in with the soil, and it'll be brilliant. Brilliant. Yes, a custom hoodie. It's a great color too, isn't it? Jenny, you need to put a little logo on the front of it. Something on the front. Where have I got? Have I got one? I don't think I have any here. We could do this. We could do. Here, we'll do this. Father Fish Aquarium, an old-time pet store. What does it say? Can't read it. Shop. Like that. That's from Florida. Florida. I don't have any of those neat decals here. Let's see. There are many hoodies and tees. There are indeed lots of different colors too. It's a wonderful store. She's put together something really spectacular. Make sure you check it out. Okay, we're gonna go now. We could do this all night, couldn't we? I know. It's what, 8 o'clock? I'm gonna go to bed early. I gotta get up. We're doing stem plants tomorrow. Tuesday is stem plant day. We bag up 150 bags of stem plants, and we pack out usually half of them the first day, and then the second and third day the rest of them. So they're gone by the end of the week. Captain Jim, Pirate Adventurer, give you a wrench. Captain Jim, Pirate Adventurer, like that. And what do you have to say for yourself? Where'd he go? There he is. What amount of nitrates in the water column are removed by stem plants? Some to all. It depends on the plants, the amount of nitrates. There's no set amount. It could be all of it. If they need it all, it'll be some of it if there's more than they need. But in any case, nitrates are absolutely never toxic to fish. Anybody who says they are doesn't know what they're talking about. They are not. If you can get your nitrates up to about 500 ppm, then you will begin to see fish stressed from nitrate poisoning. I should add, however, that it is impossible to achieve that level of nitrate in your tank naturally, because algae will jump into the tank, all kinds of algae, and will explode in that tank and will absorb those nitrates before they're able to get up to 400. So, unless you're working in a laboratory and are forcing liquid nitrate into your water column, it ain't never going to be a problem. Add plants. Keep adding plants until the plants reach climax proportion. That is, until they are healthy and vibrant and growing very slowly. After having grown very quickly to get to that stage, that will be climax proportion, where they will not stop growing but grow more slowly because they're maximizing the biological mass in the system. Same with fish. It's like an old growth forest. If you know anything about old growth forest, your tank can achieve that same condition where it becomes an old growth tank. Now, it's not going to do that if you do as I do and pull plants out all the time or switch them out all the time. You won't be able to do that. Aquarium by nature has a 30-year-old tank that is a climax tank. The plants that are in there are the plants that were put in 30 years ago. It's a climax tank. Look at it. It will blow your mind because it's not chock-a-block thick with plants. Far from it. Check it out. It is, those plants are healthy, they're vibrant. They have been in that tank for 30 years. Aquatics by nature. The mic is very low. Is that better? I think I need to talk directly into it for it not to be very low. Yeah, it's hard for me to do that because I'm used to backing away and not being heard. All right. All right. All right. Jenny's going to ask me for my signature. That's a good idea. We should do that. I will do that. I will try to write something that's legible and looks printable. Almost bought an osmosis system because my well water was so high in nitrates. Yeah, the problem is you take everything out. You strip the water bare, and then the plants have nothing to thrive on. You've taken all the minerals out. So that doesn't work either. And the idea of putting RO water back in the tank because you've got all these minerals in it, that doesn't work either because the plants are using the minerals. So you want to put the same water back in the tank that you filled the tank with to begin with. You want to put those minerals back in there because if you have a lot of plants and you have a deep substrate, those minerals are being consumed right out of the water column. So redo it. You know, I think what we're doing here tonight is in fact the direction the channel needs to go in, because it's pulling all the threads together. It's answering all the questions. It's making it clear that this really is a holistic system. It's something that works as a system and not simply as one or two things you do. And the more you can understand that system, and that's where the research project that's going on in Discord has been so helpful, because they have put together, they've researched all of this stuff that I've been doing, and they've figured out what is actually valid and what isn't. But you know what's remarkable to me? I can't think of one thing they've told me to stop doing. Now, there probably have been some that I've just done and forgotten about. But by and large, I get a lot of reinforcement from the research group for what we've been doing here, because it works. I don't always know why it works, but I know it does because I've done it. So what the research is doing is demonstrating why it works. Ta-da! And we're explaining all that now, you see. So that's the research. That's what all of this is doing. And that's the direction we're going in. Why didn't I know that? Why couldn't I see that and understand it? It's absolutely true. So buy the book. The book is going to be out, we hope, in 2 months. By April, sometime in April. Don't know when, but we're getting close. We're doing final proofreadings now. We're trying to put it together in some kind of readable format. We're adding in, it's going to be a PDF. It'll have videos in it. It's going to be wonderful. It'll be amazing. It'll be just a really brilliant piece of work that'll answer 1,000 questions. Fan mail videos. No, I have not tried to do fan mail videos, big noob. How would I do that? I don't know how I would do that, but I would love to do that. That would be such a cool thing. I can do it on Discord because I can do one-on-one chats like this on Discord. Michael Venuti. Hey, Michael. Add as moderator. All right. My second fatherfish tank was over 200 nitrate level. I slowly added fish to see in about a week I was to go and more. Everything is just perfect balance. Don't be afraid. Right, exactly. It simply is not a problem. Anybody who's trying to take ammonia and nitrates out of the water is starving their plants. And they're probably doing it because they don't have plants. And you got to take it out if you don't have plants. But that ain't no way to keep fish. It really isn't. That's why people do water changes to get rid of nitrates. Because they don't have plants. So grow plants. What's the big deal? It's not that difficult. You have to get rid of your gravel. Ooh. Ooh. Get rid of my gravel. I love my gravel. I get to clean my gravel. I go through and clean my gravel all the time. I clean it. Stop cleaning your gravel and pour sand in it. Just pour sand in right on top of the gravel. Pour it in. Let it sift down in there. Let it pack it. Just pour it in to the point where you got a solid inch of sand on top of the gravel, and then leave it alone and plant plants in it. You fish eat plants, put a plant in there they won't eat. Put a few of them in there. Let them eat one and let the rest grow. Plant it. Plant it. Let algae grow in it. Algae is a plant. It's perfectly effective. Tanganyika, Malawi cichlids absolutely thrive on algae. That's a primary food source. Grow algae in your African cichlid Malawi aquarium. Like that. Do it. Yeah, I don't know how to do fan mail videos. I would love to do that. That would be cool. Elite Gamer, add mod, standard mod, save. What else? Had me a little worried, but all turned out great. All right. Okay. All right. I'm going to go away now. Love you all. Wonderful to be here. This has been an absolute kick in the head. Glad I did it. What do we got here? How many people we got? 112. Pretty good. Pretty good for unannounced, huh? You're a great bunch. Love you all. Psychedelic Hippocampus here. Fine fiddle you're looking. Nice to see you. Great to have you all. See you Wednesday night. We're doing show and tell Wednesday night. Make sure you get your tank all ready and come on up and show it off. We want to see it. Nick, come on back Wednesday, Nick. We'll be here in just 2 days.